Ninja Gaiden 4. This game has a parry, so it makes it into parry review. So here I'm showing you where to get all the skills in order to parry, perfect block, perfect dodge, counterattack, etc. This is where you get all those skills. You have to buy them with skill points. I think the only one that you have from the very beginning is the clash parry. I'll get into it. So there's your block and dodge button, but you can also parry by attacking, meaning a clash parry, which is what we're seeing here. Here I'm not counterattacking, I'm just attacking the enemy's attack. The game calls that a parry, and that was the counterattack, but technically it's a clash parry followed by a counterattack. Next I'm going to show you the perfect block parry followed by its counterattack, and now I'm going to do some more clash parries. The way you can distinguish them is that the counterattack for the clash, you do like a dash move, and the counterattack for the perfect block, you kind of like stand still and slash. And this red thing right here for the clash parry, if you do the counterattack perfectly, you'll do a perfect counterattack, which is red color and releases the red orbs. Overall in this game, even though you can perfect dodge and perfect block, you should go for the clash parry. It deals the most damage and it's also the coolest one. You can also counterattack by using your transformation, your blood something mode, but you just do the regular counterattack honestly. I forgot to get footage of this, but for the perfect dodge, what you should do after perfect dodge is you should transform and use that as your counterattack. Now let's talk about what I actually wanted to get into with this video. I think Ninja Gaiden is a great game. It's an awesome game, and this one, Ninja Gaiden 4, it's a great game. Anyone who doesn't like this game needs to reconsider their life. This game is up there with Devil May Cry 5, it's that good. However, this is parry reviews and we need to get into the parry. This game really wants you to perfect dodge. It really doesn't want you to parry. And even within the perfect dodge, this game just wants you to absorb the red orbs and do the charge attack. That's what this game wants you to do. The game also wants you to do Izuna drops. The Izuna drop is when you jump into the air and then you launch the enemy back down into the ground while you spin. This thing, that's the Izuna drop. And that's what this game really wants you to do. I know Ninja Gaiden 1 has the Hurricane DLC, which also has like a perfect block type of thing. But no Ninja Gaiden game has ever really wanted you to perfect block or parry. This game is just like high octane action. It wants you to jump all over the place. It wants you to fly in the air and slam enemies into the ground. And it wants you to do the charge attack. The game also wants you to do the flying swallow. But my point is, this game has a parry and that's a good thing. But the developers really just honestly, they added that as a novelty so that they can say it's in the game and nobody complain that it's not in the game. This game really doesn't want you to parry. It really just doesn't. I mean, it does once you get really good at the game. Once you get really good at this game, you can do whatever you want. But say you're someone who likes Lies of P and Sekiro and you're thinking about playing this game thinking that it's very parry friendly. It's not. It really isn't. One of the biggest things that works against you parry-wise is the camera. Many enemies are off camera. There's no way for you to look at all the 6 enemies that are surrounding you at once. You have to focus on which 2 enemies you want to deal with at a time. And then the enemies that you decide to ignore will be able to attack you off screen. And you're just gonna have to deal with that. Which is part of why this game wants you to be flying and jumping all over the place, because it's a way to keep yourself safe and avoid damage. In the case for the bosses though, parrying the bosses is way easier because there's just one boss. You just have to focus on one enemy. So really all it takes is you dying to a boss once or twice and then you just know their entire moveset. Whereas with regular enemies, there's always so many regular enemies mobbing and swarming you that there is no predictability to it really. So you really just go in for the Izuna drops and go in for the charge attack, because if you try to get really methodical and fight very deliberately waiting to parry, you're just gonna take damage. You're just gonna get hit. There is no real way in this game for you to keep all the enemies in the view of the camera. And that's just something that you have to accept and live with. So on the parry metric, I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10 because it has a parry, it has a counterattack, it has a perfect dodge. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 But I'm gonna leave it at a 7 out of 10 because the game really doesn't want you to parry. The game really doesn't want you doing that parry thing. It just doesn't. On the fun and enjoyment scale, I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. If you're like a regular Ninja Gaiden fan, this game is a 10 out of 10 for you. In all likelihood, this game is a 10 out of 10 for you. I'm gonna give it like a more realistic score of an 8 out of 10, but that's still a super solid score, my guys. Like, really, I better not hear anybody complaining. 8 out of 10 is a super high score. One thing to consider is that I know Ryu Hayabusa has like a little bit of a different move set, and I think he has like a stronger parry or something. I have not yet reached that point in the game, but I have seen gameplay of Ryu, and it looks like Ryu is just a stronger character overall. Now, parry metric aside and fun and enjoyment scale aside, my personal rating for this game, this is just me. This game is like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna go more for the 7. It's more of a 7 out of 10 on like an overall scale. Because as a player coming in new into this game, this is not a game where you can just start parrying and things will happen for you. You have to be constantly on the move in this game, or else you're gonna take damage and you're gonna die. You can't just like stand or like wait for enemies to attack you. I mean, you can once you're good enough, but that's exactly my point. Ninja Gaiden is a game where you have to get good before you can really enjoy it. Whereas in Sekiro and Lies of P or Blades of Fire, even when I sucked at the game, I could still parry, and that means something to me. That's something I value highly in games. But here for Ninja Gaiden, you gotta get good, my guy. Like, get good. It's not a consideration, it's mandatory. You have to get good for this game. That is not a bad thing. It is, however, a barrier of entry for players who just want to just really enjoy the game. Because even on easy mode, all you really have is just more health, and then the enemies have less health. That's really all easy mode does. At the end of the day, the enemies still have their crazy attack patterns, even on easy mode, so... Do you know who would be instantly good at this game? A spider. A spider with 8 eyes that's always ready in all directions. That's the type of player that is instantly good at this game. Like a freaking spider with spider-like reflexes. I can parry in this game. I can parry quite well. But the game still catches me off guard, even after I've put in 4 or 6 hours into it. And I say that as someone who's been a gamer since the 90s, and that also runs a video game review channel. I game, bro. I play a lot of games, and this game, not the bosses, but the regular enemies, they catch me off guard all the time, bro. All the time. This game would really benefit from an Isen like the one that Onimusha has. For me, that's what this game needs. I mean, I say that about all games because it's true. The Isen is the greatest thing for me there's ever been. In gaming history, the Isen is the best thing of all time. But whatever, thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.